Hello everybody, this is RRPG here, and if you can tell from this camera angle, yes, it is time for another unboxing. And what better way to unbox a new game than to unbox this bad boy right here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the collector's edition for the PlayStation 4 high-definition remake of Final Fantasy XII called Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. So yes, it's been over 10 years since Final Fantasy XII has come out on the PlayStation 2, and now it's been updated and made a bit easier for people who had a hard time trying to play through Final Fantasy XII the first time around. So, for the first time ever, we get the high-definition remaster of the International Zodiac job system in the form of Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, which is what we got over here in the West. And yes, we're going to get started with unboxing this bad boy. So, before we get started unboxing, let's just take a look at the front here. You can actually see the Judge Gabranth right there. And also this little sticker, it says Final Fantasy's 30th anniversary, which, you know, this year is their 30th anniversary. And this is, what they say, the collector's edition. If you take a look at the sides here, they say same thing as the front, but it doesn't have Yoshitaka Amano's heroin chic imagery of Gabranth on the sides, but it does on the top here, as you can plainly see. And of course we get this one right here, and of course we get the bottom too. Who would have thought? Now let's turn it around and look at the back, and it says Return to the World of Ivalice, fully remastered in high definition for the first time, featuring all new and enhanced gameplay features. So yes, the new Zodiac job system with improved battle mechanics that was first introduced in the updated re-release of Final Fantasy XII, but that was only in Japan, and pardon me, that was my nail file that dropped down onto the floor. And it says fully remastered visuals and music, including true 7.1 surround sound, and endless adventure, including hunts, battles, and mini-games. And you can actually see the picture of Vaughn right there, so that hasn't even changed from the original edition of what we got. And as you can tell over here, we got a steel bookcase for the Zodiac Age, and it includes both the game and the original soundtrack. Now, I'm not sure if the original soundtrack includes all the music from the game, seeing how it's one CD. I fully doubt it, because with most games nowadays, whenever their original soundtracks come out, they usually have more than one disc for, you know, really big RPGs in this day and age, kind of like Final Fantasy 15. Its high definition, well, it's not high definition, but its soundtrack was on multiple CDs and on one Blu-ray if you wanted to get it on the Blu-ray. And also it has the exclusive Judge Magister's bust set, so these are like little statues that you can, you know, put up and for like decor and all that other cool jazz. And we also got the exclusive 6-card art set, so those are the CG renders of the characters that are in the game, as well as the world of Ivalice that is in Final Fantasy XII. And yeah, so let's not waste any time here, and let's go ahead and open this bad boy and look at the content from what's inside, shall we? Now, this is not going to be the best unboxing. Like most unboxings that I do tend to not be the best, and I don't tend to try and be the best. I know there are those who like to tend to be the best one, but I'm not really the best at it, so... And so I got the cellophane out, which came off nice and easy. And the only way we're going to open this is from its side, it looks like. So, and that easily comes off, and... So, if I pull this open... Oh wow, look at this. This looks like artwork of, I would like to say, some of the monsters, or at least the espers in this game. I think these are done by the art style of that of Akihiko Yoshida, if I'm not mistaken. From the top here, to the front, to the bottom. I think so, if memory serves me correctly. I'm not sure whose whose signature that is. I wonder if it is Yoshida's or not. I would have to say it is. And if we take a look at the side here, of course it says that. And we also get a back portrait of it. So I guess when you unbox this, and if you put it all the way to its, you know, fold it all the way out, then it shows the true imagery of the art set. So let's open this up, and of course that does that. And of course it has this side here that actually you can plainly see. the art style by Akihiko Yoshida, which you actually saw from promotional art and that kind of stuff before the game released. And let's go ahead and take a look at the content. Now, of course, this is the game. And if we open it up, got a bunch of stuff here. And of course, it comes with everything that you plainly see, like the background music DLC, which is based on the original soundtrack from the PlayStation 2 release, whereas with the Zodiac Age, it has a fully remastered soundtrack, so if you wanted to get it on PSN, you can, but I already downloaded the code, so you can't even get it, since I do have the, you know, the collector's edition of this. And it comes with, looks like a collector's edition promotion, as well as the track listing. Yeah, I should have figured as much, that the track listing for the soundtrack wasn't going to cover the entirety of the soundtrack, but I'm guessing that the track listing is based on the newly remastered soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the Zodiac Age is a newly recorded piece for this game. And we also have a little message here from the main composer, or one of the main composers of the game, Hitoshi Sakimoto, which you may remember him from games such as Final Fantasy Tactics, Vagrant Story, as well as Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and all other games that are based on Ivalice. And he says, it took a lot of small steps and constant steady effort in order to achieve what we were not able to do in the original title for the music. Now, because of you, I was able to bring it to a level that I am satisfied with. This was all made possible by everyone that had asked for a remaster. Let's open the renewed door of youth and experience the joy and thrills together. Thank you, Hitoshi Sakimoto, or Hitoshi Sakimoto, composer. So yes, that is that in terms of the soundtrack, and of course, that right there, which I already showed you. And of course, we get a little booklet here that tells us about all other Square Enix products that it has released, such as the recently released Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood expansion, which, if you have not done so already, and if you are big fans of Final Fantasy XIV, go ahead and pick it up. I strongly recommend it. And of course, other games too, like the Season Pass of Final Fantasy XV, which I have already downloaded, and of course, Dragon Quest Heroes 2, which already released recently, as well as Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, and Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 HD Remix, which all those released on the PlayStation 4 as of recent. And of course, we have mobile titles such as Final Fantasy Brave Exvius and Mobius Final Fantasy. And in the back, it says about Tokyo RPG Factory, and I guess it is a plug for their newest game that they're working on, which is Lost Sphere. So yes, little plugs and promotion there for some of their other projects, as you plainly see. Now, as you can tell, we have the soundtrack CD right there, and the artwork by Akihiko Yoshida looks really well done, as well as the main disc for the game, which you can plainly see. Now, if we take the discs out, if I can get them out gently without hurting anything, which I should be able to, you can actually see more of the imagery that he did, or the artwork that he did for the steel bookcase. And of course, from the outside, is it? Okay, on the back it says Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, but I'm starting to wonder if this actually is his heroin chic art style, or if this is actually the art style that was done by Yoshitaka Amano, but I'm not highly certain. But taking a look at this, it seems more likely, but I can't even tell. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I just showed you what the outside and the inside of this looks like, so there you go. And I'll go ahead and put this up and set this to the side, and we're going to take a look at the last bit, which is, oh no, the second bit, which is the art cards, before we get to the main appetizer for this video, which are the Magister's bust set. No, not that kind of busts, pervs. Anyway, here we have the cards for Princess Ash Aaliyah, or just Ash for short. And of course we have Vaughn, who's the main character of the game, who was pretty much made out of obligation right at the very last minute, because of course I think Yasumi Matsuno wanted to go for a male and female avatar character to be the main characters, which have no relevance to the story, which, you know, you can love him or hate him for that. And they don't really have anything in the back. They just mentioned Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, for every single one of these cards, they have this on the back. Anyway, we got Bosch von Ronsenberg, who was originally supposed to be the main protagonist of this game. We also have Balthier and Fran. Balthier, he is one of the, possibly the only likable character that a lot of people find out of all the characters in this game. And of course, if you want to compare Balthier and Fran to Han Solo and Chewbacca, then you can be more than welcome to do that, because of course with Final Fantasy XII, it does pay a lot of respect, or the World of Ivalice does pay a lot of respect to that of the Star Wars franchise that was created by George Lucas. And finally, we have Pinello right here, and yeah, all the CG renders are from the PlayStation 2 release, so nothing has changed. And a little artwork of the World of Ivalice, not really much that's right there, except I would have to say that it is either Arcadia or Rabanastre that's in the picture there, but of course this is more art imagery that was seen in the original PS2 release, so yeah. And yes, those are the art cards that are right there, so that was pretty cool. I mean, it's always cool to have art and stuff that you get out of a collector's edition, that and like soundtrack CDs and whatever type of memorabilia. But whenever it comes to collector's editions, if it was mostly just DLC, then I say that is a huge no-no for whoever comes up with that kind of thing for when working on DLC or working on collector's editions for a particular game. And doing that for something as big as this, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have been extremely pissed. Anyway, that takes care of those, so let's go ahead and open this up and get onto the meat and potatoes. And here we have, looks like this is official artwork, or official merchandise of the Square Enix online store. And of course these are the static art busts of the Judge Magisters from the World of Ivalice in Final Fantasy XII, which is something I always liked ever since Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, is that they had the judges there who pretty much dictate whoever does right or wrong within the World of Ivalice, and if you do right, then you are a good citizen, but if you do wrong, then you get treated as a criminal, and of course, you get taken to jail because of it. And let's go ahead and open this up. And I'm not going to, display these right away, but in case if I had like a bigger work area, then I probably would, because these look freaking awesome. So, let's see. Yeah, so we'll have to do it this way. Oh, wow. This is probably going to be a bit of numbers. No, never mind. We got it. And I'm going to set these right here, and I'm going to try to stand these up straight for you as possible, so that way you know what they look like when they're stood up. Got one, got two. Make sure that these don't fall down. Although, me saying that, they're probably going to fall down any moment. Yep, they're already starting to fall, so I'm believing this is one of those things where we're just going to have to, stand them up like backwards here, so that way you can get a good visual of them. And here's the next one. I assume the one in the middle is supposed to be Gabranth, but I'm not highly certain, because Final Fantasy XII was one of those games that I never finished. So when it comes to me doing this, or getting this, then I will have a good chance of actually finishing up for the time being. But yeah, those are what the busts look like. So yeah, there you are. It's all right there for you, and that is what you can come to expect from the collector's edition of Final Fantasy XII. And I guess for this I guess for the sake of fairness, I might as well go ahead and show like the full layout of the art piece from this bust set. Well, not the bust set, but from the from this. So yeah, if you take a look at that, it pretty much is what you'd expect. Of course, I'm not really getting a good angle, but I guess it's one of those things where I'm just gonna have to kind of adjust this a little bit, and if I can, yeah, here we go. I think that looks a bit better. So that's what it looks like from the art imagery from the inside, and of course on the outside, if you start from up here and work your way down, yeah, you can actually see that. Actually, now that I think about it, it does look like Amano's name that's at the bottom. I highly apologize for that. It definitely does resemble that of Yoshitaka Amano's Heroine Chic art style. So, I made a huge mistake on that, but, you know, sometimes it's really hard to tell who is the correct art style and who isn't. And I assume from this is actually Akihiko Yoshida's, whereas the outside is Yoshitaka Amano's. So, I assume that is the case. So, anyway, guys, I hope you all really enjoyed this unboxing, as I know I did, and it was really fun to do another one. I'm sorry for the lack of content on my channel, and I really hope you do bear with me, as I'm still working on my Final Fantasy retrospective, where I'm currently working on Final Fantasy XI, although I do need to get back to that, because The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been pretty much eating up my time, because I want to finish that game before I get to the DLC that's coming in December. But of course, I can always return back to it within the 6-month time span before this December or this holiday season, to where I can actually, you know, play the DLC for my own. But anyway, guys, if you like what you see, be sure to rate this video, as well as leaving your feedback down in the comments. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button underneath this video, as more support from you guys will mean that more content is coming from me in the future that you're not going to find anywhere else. So, until next time, this is Double RPG signing off by saying Godspeed and Game On, gamers, and I'll catch you later. Peace out!